Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
It's Tuesday! Are you excited about it or what? I am over the moon with Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be a great day. Who's going to claim that with me? Huh? I see so many lovelies already in the house. I'm glad you're here. Catherine, Deborah, good to see you. Flynn, I'm delighted that you're here. I can't wait to talk to you tonight, by the way. Looking forward to Inner Circle. Jocelyn, Jackie, Patsy, Jeanette, Doris, Nancy. Cheers, my darling. And Carla's in the house. Diana's here. Darla, look at you all. You're so beautiful. Kimberline. Nancy is, she's saying, Flynn Ferguson, have a beautiful day. Do you love our lovelies? I do. There's my girl, Joanne. It's so good to have you here, Angie, Kathy, April. Well, Faye is also in the house, and there's our Michelle. Yep, this is what we're drinking here. And this just drags the end of Hot Melt Mix. Had a nice long fast today. I don't know how yours went. But you know what? Last night we got all set up for our first sprint in May. You can go watch the replay if you want to. It's at savingdinner.com/sprint. That's where you get everything there, by the way. You know, we hold nothing back. Everything is free, except the supplements, of course. But we offer a really screaming deal there. Strong suggestion that you go take a peek-see at it, especially if it's been a while. I've got some new information about insulin, things that are really important for women, okay? Because you know that's my heart, is making sure that all of our women feel like they're seen and they're in their best place ever. That's the way it needs to be. Michelle, I'm glad to see you. Look at all of our lovelies just storming the gates, storming the grades. There's Lucy. Good to have you here. Suzanne, you too. Nice to, it's just nice to be together. Can I just say that? We had quite the turnout on Saturday, and I will tell you, each one of you you absolutely light me up. You know what? You can go get the replay if you want to. I'm sorry you can't be there live, but you can get the replay. It's all about magic. And boy, oh boy, did we discover the magic inside of us. I hope everyone left with a new sense of the whole thing, but check it out. You can go to savingdinner.com/bloom. And guess what? We do have some goodies left from the swag bag. So you'll still be able to get a swag bag. We send them in the mail. Our supplement this week is Get Lean CLA. Whoa, that's not a very good look, is it? There it is. Get Lean CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. What you need to know about it is several studies have shown taking this consistently. Guess what that's about? When you take this stuff consistently, the studies show that it helps with belly fat and specifically thigh fat as well. Come on! How come that is? I don't know why it is, but as soon as I saw it, my eyes bugged out of my head and I went for a deep dive into the whole thing. And I said, that's it. We're getting some of that in the shop. And so it's here. Christina's here, or Chris, as she is known as well. Corliss is here. So nice. What is Joanne saying? Joanne's talking over here without me. Tiffany sat with Dad, so Steve and I went for a 30. Aww. See? This is how it's done. You know, can I just say, those of you who are taking care of your parents, first of all, that's a high calling, and bless you for that. And secondarily, we all have your backs. We love you. Get the help that you need and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And I know it's easy for me to say, easier said than done. I remember I did it, but I also want you to remember who you are and whose you are. And it's important for you to take care of yourself. I'm just saying that. Paula, Jane, Corliss, Martha, my lovelies. Look at the quote. This quote should be in everyone's journal. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. Right? We can't get our time back. We just can't. So when we spend our time, we need to be investing our time carefully, carefully. And I'm all about that. I mean, I want to see every single woman here invest wisely in herself and start living that next level of your life, because the magic's all inside of you. And if I have anything to do with helping you to bring it out, I'm thrilled. I'm delighted. I did a bunch of videos this morning for TikTok, which is blowing up, by the way. Thank you for that. Don't get over to TikTok and start loving up those videos. When you do this, you know, this is the love, love, love thing. It goes crazy right there on the screen. It's absolutely incredible. And we will be going live on Instagram too here in just a minute. Ooh, this is trying to get those lights a little bit better. Also, I want to share one other thing with you before we get into the other thing. Oh, by the way, get your questions in for Friday. Send them into support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday goes right there in the subject line, and then just, fire away. Tell me what's on your mind. I'll help you out as best I can. And that's pretty much, the text message application, which I can't show you on my phone. We have a text message, and believe me, the next text that's going out, you gotta get that going on. 855-960-3720 is the phone number on the text. And then in the message, join, all in caps. We will send, when you hit send, we'll send a message back. You confirm saying yes, all in caps. Done. And that's where you're going to get deals nobody else is getting and freebies galore. We love giving our lovelies as many fun things as we can. So who knows what this is? Anyone have one of these? It's all twisted up and what have you. Anyone? You've got one? All right. This is a workout bra. Okay. And I'll tell you what, that's harder than the workout itself. And I just want to say, where are the manufacturers making something that doesn't feel like torture getting these things off? I'm over it. I'm telling you, every single one that I have tried, I hate. So if you know of a good workout bra, send it my way. Tell me about it, or tell me about the manufacturer that makes it. I'll do anything, because you got to keep the girls upright, right? It's sort of like being on an airplane. Put your tray in your upright position. Same with your seat, and just like buckle them on in and let's go. That's how it is. But I don't like getting all sweaty and having to take that thing off. I feel like I'm strangling. So if anybody else has been there, pinkies up if you know what I'm talking about. What a nightmare. All right, what else do we have? Is there anything else? Am I missing anything? I think I told you about everything. Yeah, we're going to go. Oh, duh. You can't find one. Yeah, you can't find one to fit either, Michelle. See? Flynn knows. Patsy says I need to invent one. You need to cross stitch me one, Patsy. That's what it is. Look at everybody's like, yes, I know. It is a conundrum. I've tried everything. I've spent a fortune on those damn things. I have. Right. It's either you get the great big uniboob. Those are the cheap ones. Right. And then you look like you've got a great big salami strapped to your chest. Go to a running store and let them fit you. Fit me? No. Just unclip the girls to set them free. Oh, Lululemon. I should probably look at that. Lululemon's expensive. I go with the Lululemon dupes all the time. That's what I do. You find influencers that'll tell you which ones to do. I found some really good dupes for their leggings, but if they have a good bra, I'm on it. And I want the cross back too, because for whatever reason, I have big shoulders, but they slip. I don't like the slippage. Anyway, we're going to go. All right, the confidence course. This is coming. By the way, I've got two things to tell you about that. First of all, we're going to do a webinar for it. That's going to be savingdinner.com/webinar to get yourself set up for that. Okay, that's on May 5th. I'm going to tell you what it's all about. I don't want anybody saying, a confidence course. What are you talking about? Well, this has come out of several things that I've had a lot of women say to me and ask me about. And really at the very seat of this issue that maybe they're dealing with is this lack of self-confidence. And how do you get self-confidence? Really? What do you do? Just put on a happy face, fake it till you make it? That's not how it works. I want you there because I really believe that we are struggling with just a dearth of this lack and I don't want anyone living in lack. So check it out and just plan on May 5th at 7 o'clock. We're going to go through and I'm going to show you just a little bit about what this course is about and how I can help you out with it. Okay. That's happening on May 5th. Otherwise, if you're saying, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, you don't have to spell it out to me. I'm going to go get it right now. It's at savingdinner.com/confidence. That's where you can find it. And that's also where you can find all the details with it, because it's not just, here's your course, see you, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's not like that. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And it's an intimate group of just only up to 50 women. We cut it off after that. And we get together. We have hot seats. We do all kinds of things to, number one, to build community, because as we build community, we also build confidence. And two, so that you can feel seen and a part of. And if you're struggling with anything, there's your community right there. And we're there to lift you up. That's what the whole thing is about. We have a special channel for that, all kinds of details. It's at savingdinner.com/confidence. We have a special price on it only until the weekend, and then pricing goes up. So I'm just saying that. Go ahead and get started on that, okay? Take a look at that. It's for you. I love we have the inner circle. We've done the rising tide, which we did a whole goal setting thing, and a couple of rounds of inner circle where, well, y'all who are in an inner circle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This whole week, what are we talking about? We're talking about going pro. It's just professionals versus amateurs. There's a difference. There's a big divide between a pro and an amateur. And the reason that I'm using this is because it's an easy comparison, isn't it? I mean, you understand immediately the difference between a pro and an amateur. So I want to take us to the place of, how do we do this? How do we want to show up in our lives? And how do we want to live it full out, leaving everything on the dance floor? How do we want to do that? We want to do it as pros. And you know what pros do? One of the things that they do, so critically important, by the way, we're on Instagram Live now. All right. Hi, Instagram. We're talking about confidence, or we're talking about professionalism versus amateurs. And today, this is an important thing. So what professionals do is they envision, they see, they know that hit that they're going to hit before these athletes do. You remember Tiger Woods? He would say that when he was ready to hit a ball, he knew exactly where he was going to hit it. He knew where it was going to, he knew how it was going to feel. He knew everything about it. It was all up here. It was a vision that he had for himself and how he was going to perform that golf swing. That was his thing. He knew how to do it. And what this means is that he was in the business of envisioning the things that he needed to do. He envisioned it. And envision means, by the way, to imagine as a future possibility. It is the act of visualization, which, how exciting is that? So when we think of or picture in our mind something, we are starting the process of being able to fulfill it. It all starts with a thought, then it starts with a vision, and our brains love visions, by the way. This is why vision boards are so effective. This is why we love photos. You know what I used to get a lot of people saying to me in my earlier cookbooks? Why aren't there photos in there? They wanted to see food pictures. We're oriented toward vision. Vision makes us feel amazing. So envisioning holds fast to that vision, full stop. We all need, and we can be capable of being very lively envisioners. And the reason we all need a vision is because visions are guiding lights. They're the thing that turns us on. It's a principle. It's a goal that directs our energy, our thoughts, our resources, and even our emotions. So where there is no vision, the people perish. Have you ever heard that one before? And I think this is really important because in the Hebrew, para means unconstrained and directionless. Unconstrained and directionless, blown in all directions. You ever felt like that? I know I have. And directionless doesn't create the vibrant life that we're all so desperately seeking. It doesn't at all. As a matter of fact, it undoes one. It takes it apart piece by piece. So your vision that you envision is simply holding to a bigger picture for your life. That's exactly what it is. And it's wanting more than you currently have and having a hot desire to go after it. You get to define it, you get to refine it, and possibly redefine it as well. You know, sometimes things need redefinition. You understand that you decide that you want your life to look a little bit different than it did. So companies do this all the time. They reinvent themselves. We've seen celebrities do this. They reinvent themselves. Madonna, of course, is very, we've seen her through how many iterations now? But let me just say this. As Saving Dinner, we brought Saving Dinner along when I started back in 2001. How many years ago? 21 years ago? My children were at home. My children were home, and our mission was to bring families back to the dinner table, one healthy meal at a time. We still do that. We still do that. However, we've expanded the vision now, and I redefine it to include that bringing women back to their vibrant selves, bringing women and bringing them to the place of understanding that they're more than their jean size, they're more than the color of their lipstick. They are a whole entire being, heart, mind, body, and soul. That's a critical issue. So a good question for me to ask you is, do you have a vision for your life? Do you have one? I know I do. And I think we all need a little something to help us with this defining process. You ready for it? How many things do I have? Oh, I've got 10 things. Here they are. And by the way, if you want the show notes, all you have to do is go to Saving Dinner. And each and every morning we send out our Daily Dish newsletter. And today's show notes will be in tomorrow morning's newsletter. So go to savingdinner.com. Sorry about the pop-up. Not sorry, because they're effective. Just put your information in there, and I promise we'll start sending it to you, okay? With all the show notes. So how do you set a vision for your life? This is how. Number one is define your hot desire. I call it the why matrix. Now, we all have something inside of us that makes us say, this is what I want. And it is a hot desire. It's something that's just burning inside of us. And sometimes we get really desperate about it. We don't need to get desperate. We just need to be clear about it. Clarity is absolutely everything. Number two is to think about what you hotly desire, not about what you don't want. It's really a bizarre thing. I don't understand why we do this, but we do. And why is that? That we so often focus right in on the actual thing that we don't want. We say, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. We think about it. We focus on it. We emote over it. And then we actually manifest it into our lives. And all I'm saying to you is that when we start to realize that we're doing that, it's time to cut that off at the knees and start to say, but what I really want is this. And that hot desire, we're going to bring it in and back into our lives. I promise you, that's how it works. Number three is to ask, what if? Think about it this way and say, can you imagine? And start speaking creatively about this. Give yourself permission to dream about the very thing that you want. Number four is to invest in yourself. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. Investing in yourself is completely different than just spending money on something. I think oftentimes, and maybe it's a bad thing. I know some people are like, oh, don't diss me on my frappuccino thing or whatever. Think about how much money all of that stuff costs. That's a spend. An investment is something, a course or something to better yourself. Books. It's something that you invest in yourself, a meditation app for your phone. That's an investment. So start thinking about things that you can do for yourself to better yourself, to make yourself more calm, more centered, more real and true to who you are. That's how we do it. And you know what this is? It's an exchange. And pros know this. Pros understand that that's how it works. Number five, you're going to love this one. Anybody ever have a picture of a boy band on their wall? Well, I had Bobby Sherman on my wall. I mean, that's going to age me a little bit. But I mean, I remember looking at him and just thinking there couldn't be a more gorgeous human being on this planet. Oh, he was so drool worthy. And oh, Bobby Sherman. Oh, and I couldn't wait for Monday nights when we would watch Here Come the Brides. Remember that? Well, we need to emote like teens do over posters on their walls when they were a teen. That's what we do with the vision of what it is that we want in our lives, how we want our lives to look, how we want to feel in this container of ours, how we want to show up in the world. Our emotions are attached to how we get things, by the way. This is how I got the house that I'm living in. It was all that. It was all manifestation, visualization, and a whole heck of a lot of emotion attached. Number 6, this is about you, not them. Full stop. Because you know what? We have a tendency to want to, we want to pull all these people in and change them all up a little bit. No, we don't. We don't want to do that. You know what we want to do? We don't want to change them. We want to change ourselves. You have the control over yourself. You don't have the control over them. Stop spending your emotional capital and your time and your energy and your focus on them. It's not going to change, but you can. Number 7 is to reverse engineer it. I'm telling you, reversing engineering everything is that's always been a big thing for me. Start with the outcome. What do you want? Well, what's it going to take? And start working backwards. Because when we do that, we start to see the how develop. Instead of saying, oh, I want this, but how? We say, I want this. Okay, so what would that take? What would it look like? Can you imagine? And that's when you get the creative juices going. And that's when you start to connect the dots and it starts to become more real. And the tangibility of the whole thing right before your eyes. It's incredible. Number 8, here you go. Be a dedicated bridge builder, right? We have a gap. Every single person on this planet has a gap. You are here, but you want to go there. You got to build the bridge to get there. If you're trying to get in shape, well, if you're working out, that means you're going to have to start where you are and not say, well, when I was 25 or when I was 30, it was so much easier, not spending your emotional capital on the things you don't have. Instead, understanding it's going to take a minute. Bridges are not built overnight. Bridges take time, and it takes all that structure, and then it takes the laying down of the actual road to get across it. And you know what? You can do this if you'll have patience with yourself, if you'll lean into the process and really envision what it is that you want, and knowing on the other side, you're going to get it. Number 9 is take inspired action. We'll talk more about what inspired action is tomorrow. It's not just going through the motions, though. It's doing things with a little bit more. Just keep that in mind. That's your hanger on for tomorrow. And number 10 is specifics aren't details. They're not. You don't need to get specific. You have to have the idea, a general idea. I showed on Saturday when we were having full bloom, I showed you my vision board from 2018 with the house of the view that I wanted. Now, what does it look like today? Nothing like that, but it has the things in there, right? It has the things in there. It's got the dock, it's got the water, it's got the boat. That's the main thing. Does it look exactly like that? No. Does it need to? No. You get the general idea. That's why we need to understand that specifics aren't details. We'll unpack that one on Thursday. So pros get vision, and they understand that vision is the thing that's going to help create the clarity of the thing that you want. And they understand too that this is how you support your vision with clarity. So remember, without vision, the people perish. They're directionless, unconstrained, and purposeless. That hits you hard? So take the time to visualize what it is that you want, and then start putting some of these steps, all 10 of them, into action so that you can start getting it. What do you think of that idea? Wise Women's Wednesdays tomorrow. You're going to want to be here because we're going to be talking and unpacking inspired action. Peace be with you. Take care. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.